que estéis atentos cuando hace directos. Por las tormentas eléctricas.
Las tormentas eléctricas, exactamente.
Bienvenido al canal. Siempre es bueno sumar gente nueva.
Música cañera, ¿eh?
¿Esto parece algo que Han Solo debería pilotear?
Sí, ahora es cuando se mete dentro de un asteroide.
Wow.
Se chocó.
Se dio.
¿Me cortó?
Se les
Ahí va.
está cortando otra vez, ¿puede ser? Sí.
A ellos sí.
Sí, es que de hecho la página de RSI va un poco de aquella manera.
Va fatal, va fatal.
Yeah, I hope you liked it. It's
Sí,
a lot of
chat.
work that's went into that. A lot of different people have had their hands on that. It's nice to finally show. It's a few months in the making. Like I said, that was in game. We recorded it last week for you. There's a bit more to do on it,
Sí,
so
vamos.
I'll go through.
A ver que hay craftings ¿dónde será?
Joder.
It's going really well.
Ok, aquí tenemos el cuchillo que están haciendo para el CITIZENCON.
Y la gente se levanta y se va.
Ah, ya se terminó, creo.
No puede haber terminado así.
To enjoy today's presentation.
Bastante confuso, ¿no?
Stick around here for the unveiling of a new weapon and the official CitizenCon 2948 trophy. And we'll see you around the verse.
Terminó, sí.
¿Vamos a otro?
Creo que bueno.
Vamos a ver ahí que Ari y Bissell cambien. Porque tendría que estar el evento de cierre.
No, pásate el main otra vez.
Build that uniquely over the size of a planet. And then we're thinking there might be other uses, like gas giants might be one. The surface of a gas giant could be made using exactly the same tech. And there's obviously plenty of other uses. We could have like the trail of a comet and other things like
Esto
this.
deberían estar terminando ya.
So yeah,
Ya,
so
listo.
hope you liked it,
terminó?
and that's
Ese.
the presentation over.
Este escenario terminó.
Sí, ya. No, thank you.
Wow, that was the coil, one of the locations from Squadron 42. And it took us a while to get there, but boy, I think that was worth it.
I think that
Vamos uno más,
Ya habían mostrado un poco, ¿no? De esa zona de coil.
different gas cloud faces and morph them together.
CitizenCon
That
pasado.
would really.
I was not ready for that. I was
En otro escenario han
Usually I can sit here
dicho
and
que
I
han
can tell
sacado,
exactly where
hemos
you're
visto el
going,
cuchillo
you know,
y el
like
arma,
that.
puede ser,
But
había
actually,
dicho.
no,
we
I
are
wouldn't.
10 hours into this live.
We
Y
are.
esto de dos stands es
No,
lo que tiene,
and
¿no?
like
Estás
10
en uno,
hours
estás en otro, no puedes estar en los dos.
8 hours and 43
All right,
minutes.
so that is it. We have just a couple
Tienen que
short
levantar
minutes
con
before
algo.
Chris
Yo creo
Roberts
que
takes the stage and
flojita esta
Chris Roberts
CitizenCon
va
Before we get
otra
to
vez
that,
al
we
escenario.
en
have
comparación
one final
con
check-in,
otras.
one final
Vamos a ver
area
que
where
si
Robert
dejaron
Lawson
algo para el
hasn't
final.
checked in
Todo lo que
on.
han en el chat, así que ya son
I guess he's live.
4 minutos.
Oh, let's pass over.
15, ¿no? Ya.
Sí, menos cuarto.
Cuarto.
Yes, I'm running a community event called the Daymar Rally.
Ah, mira, el Daymar Rally.
In
Oh.
January, on the 27th of January, 29:49, we're running a 300 kilometer endurance race. We got 3 divisions. We got a rover division, buggy division, and a bike division. So you can register for free on the website at daymarrally.com. We've got our rule books here as well, so you can download a copy of that from our website, read the rules and understand everything that's going on in the race. Yeah, so just sign up on the website for free, and yeah, any questions you can jump in our Discord. There's tons of people in there and tons of organisations included. We got over 115 teams at the moment, so it's pretty popular. So yeah, we're doing well. It's good to come down to CitizenCon. I've come over from Australia to meet the community. So yeah, it's been a fantastic opportunity that CIG have given us. So it's been really good.
So you came from Australia. How long was the flight?
I did. It was about 30 hours. Yeah,
Ha estado
so
poco en
not
el
too bad. I brought all
escenario
the gear with me
hoy,
and,
Chris Robert,
Horas de vuelo desde Australia para tener el stand ahí del Daimler Rally.
On the Daimler Rally
Por
project.
eso confío en
I
que
started it, but
guarden
a couple
algo
of
para el final.
countries, Ultimate Energy are good backers of us. Huskaha and Corsair 62, massive supporters for us. They've done such great work. We've got camera teams, officials. A lot of people are working on it. Talons, Echelon U7. Yeah, we got a lot of sponsors. Yeah, check out the website. They're all listed there. We got a lot of support. For the rally.
And you're doing like regular test runs as well?
Yeah, so we do a practice run every month. So yeah, you can check that out, and we post that video up on youtube.com/DayMyRally. And you can see us on Twitch as well. We're going to start streaming really soon, so keep an eye out for that as well. So yeah, we're very active. We got a blog as well. You can check out. We got write-ups in there from two of our good writers, Billy Hyde and Ruben as well. So yeah, we've got a lot going on, a lot happening. So yeah.
And how was the CitizenCon for you? Did you recruit any new teams?
Yeah, we got 17 more teams today, so that's fantastic for us. So
Pues han reclutado 17 nuevos
we got
equipos,
over 100 now, so
nuevos
yeah,
equipos.
we got a lot of teams now.
El Daimler Rally, eso es bastante, la verdad.
All right, thank you very much for the interview, and back to Jared.
All right, we are getting set up. We have Ali Brown and who's that down there? Mike? Is that you? Okay, yeah, you're Mike. They're joining us from the panel. We just completed your panel, crafting space. In the planning stage.
Después de Daimler Rally ahora va a conectar en directo con nosotros.
I just want to be completely.
Chris Robert.
That was the coil from that we first saw last year in the holiday live stream Squadron 42 playthrough, and that's the coil today.
Not quite the coil. It's the same tech.
Gas clouds.
Yeah, it's gas clouds. I mean, the actual coil is under wraps a bit, but
Y la pregunta del millón es
This is the tech that can be applied to all kinds of
la
areas of the Star
3.3
Citizen universe.
Exactly, yeah.
que salía el 10 de octubre.
I should
La
pay attention
esperamos
to my emails
todos
more often.
hoy,
How you guys doing?
quizás mañana en el transcurso del día.
How's your CitizenCon been?
Bueno, yo no sé tú, pero ya
I've loved
estoy
it,
ya
yeah, it's
ansioso
been
ya
great.
que...
You've had a couple
Bueno,
of
¿qué mierda están
presentations.
hablando? Cuéntanos algo. ¿Qué están
No,
hablando?
I've just done the one.
You've just
Yeah.
done the one.
rally.
And Ali, you've done two. Did you have anything in the second
¿Tú dices
stage?
ahorita?
no, just two here.
Gotcha.
Bueno, están ahí, estos los que estaban hablando sobre todo lo que era la tecnología de las velocidades y eso, pues nada, están
It's
cerrando
all
más.
We're
más que todo
definitely
la
at the end of our day.
conversación, no-
We are approximately 15 minutes away from Chris Roberts.
Lo bueno es que la gente no se va de las butacas todavía, así que por ahí queda algo por mostrar.
¿Han dicho para qué van a entrar?
We can take
No,
some
se
questions
para-
live
para-
on Twitch chat. So if you have
imagino
any
que puede
questions
ser
for
algo
Mike or
tendrá que
Alex,
decir,
feel
algo
free to
tendrán que
jump
anunciar, la
into
verdad.
Twitch chat.
Espero que sea algo importante.
Mike,
Que compremos naves.
I'm sorry, I'm at a loss. There you go.
Let me ask. So we kind of saw one version of this tech. We saw the asteroids, we saw the lightning, we saw the clouds. Where can we take it from there? What are the different variations of the extremes of this to really get different locations out of this tech? Where do you see it going?
That's why I brought him.
Well, you talk about extremes. That's one of the whole points of making dynamic VFX is you've got those
Están
extremes.
preguntando
So
más o
it's
menos
everything in between. You know, you could have the calmest.
¿Qué va a conllevar
environments,
pues
and that would
esta
mean that
tecnología
people
que
could just
están
be
implementando
sort
para
of ambling around
nubes,
inside that
para
with not really any
velocidades,
threat,
ese tipo de
but then you
efectos?
could ramp it right up, and then that's a dangerous place. You want to get the heck out of there. So full danger.
Now, what else you got cooking up? I mean, obviously, Ali is the director of graphics programming.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I got it right. What you showcased today is not the full scope of your work. I mean, as with a game as detailed as our game, with the fidelity of our game, your work kind of touches everything. I mean, is there any aspect of the project that your work doesn't touch?
There's graphics everywhere, isn't there?
There is. It's like UI.
Everything
It's
you
like
can
your
see.
department and the UI department. It kind of touches everything, not just for Star Citizen, but for Squadron 42. What's that like?
Básicamente estos chicos trabajan prácticamente en
inherent
cualquier
It's a
o
challenge.
en todos los aspectos del juego.
There's a lot. There's more
Ya
topics than
que
I
pues,
could possibly
básicamente
remember
lo
at
que
any
se
one
encargan
time.
es
So
desarrollar
I'll reel off
gráficos
like what,
y
like
tecnologías
10% of the back.
gráficas
Just
pues,
cannot remember
como del
anymore.
estilo que
But the
vieron
the
pues,
gas
ahorita
clouds have been a big
en
part of it,
directo.
and all. A lot of the things we want to work on will be building on top of that, like I said, with planetary rings, or whether it be comets or whatever Todd and Chris tell us is the priority. But there'll be a lot on that, and then separate to that, we've got all sorts of other stuff. We've got like core engine improvements, like just lighting and shadowing and all the usual type of core tech. There'll be other astro things as well in the future that aren't gas cloud related, like the sun or stars, distant stars. Yeah, and the planet work as well. We can help out the planet team whenever they need support to do.
Pues ellos no solamente van a tener que
no sé si los de atrás están entrando o se están yendo.
nubes, ese tipo de cosas, pero también van a estar ayudando en cuanto a planetas, en general, pues básicamente en todo están diciendo.
Yeah, definitely in the plan. And then there's also, you know, the longer-term tech goals as well, with like, you know, new technology, new graphics cards always give us new powers, new capabilities. So that's always something we have to keep an eye on. And especially as the level of technology that our fan base has, we can start to capitalize more on the latest hardware, as long as a lot of the public's going to benefit from it. We don't want to do something that only, like, you know, a 1/10% are going to be able to use. We want something that we get good bang for buck from.
Now, obviously, gamers are always very excited when a new generation of graphics cards come out. Is that the same for you? I mean, obviously, there's more opportunities, but you have to go back to the drawing board. Like, no, not another generation. I just got this generation, you know, settled and everything. Do you have the same excitement that we do in that sort of
It's exciting for me because it means more particles.
It's not too bad. It goes through stages. Like, to be honest, the last 5 or 10 years, it's type of stabilized, where every graphics card has been getting faster, but not necessarily with new capabilities other than just raw speed. So it's actually been quite settled for a while, so enough that it hasn't been that exciting to me. I have like a drawer full of like hundreds of graphics cards. I always forget which one I've actually got in my machine. I've got so many.
Yeah.
But then, you know, recently things have started to pick up. There's been a lot of new features coming in the next generations of graphics cards from everyone. So there's definitely a lot more on the horizon. That is a bigger leap. There is much more coming in the next couple of years than there has been in the preceding 5 years. So
I'm glad you took the bait, because during
Pues
your
sí,
entire
Artemis,
presentation,
esperemos que ya en 10 minutos
predominantly asked the entire time.
ya hay algún anuncio, algún comunicado importante por Chris
And what about RTX?
para terminar ya de poner la guinda en esta noche.
And they're the type of topics that Chris would probably best answer.
All right. I had to try.
Ese anuncio que se refiere a Arie, espero que sea la descarga de la 3.3. Ver ahí a Chris Robert apretando el botón rojo.
A ver, tienen una bolsita, a ver.
Right.
Vienen con unos dibujos de la Kraken, vienen con unos pines.
Why did I not get a premium back? What's in there? I saw a Corsair thing.
Sí, hay algo de la marca Corsair. ¿Qué es eso?
Es una marca
de gaming, ¿no?
De
hardware.
Placas, ratones.
¿Qué será eso que están hablando, Iber?
To be decided. There was some parts of the planet a planet's like, you know, effectively 2D on the surface, so there's some simplifications you can make that give you allow you to use a simpler technique, which then gives you more power, more control. So it's unclear at the moment. Definitely there's some potential uses, but for example, volumetric fog on the surface of the planet is going to be a bespoke solution, because it makes more sense, because you know, you don't get fog. It always looks in a certain way on a planet, whereas the gas cloud tech it can do anything, but you do pay a little bit for it. You pay memory, you pay cost. So it's unclear. There are some elements that
en blanco completamente. Está hablando ahí algo de que las superficies planetarias en verdad son 2D y no sé, algo ahí del Cloud Tech. No sé, no lo entendí la verdad.
Mucha cosa técnica.
OCS, we're adding Hurston, and then we tend to add ArcCorp in 3.4, and then on to Microtech and on to Crusader.
Me gusta más el formato de la CitizenCon del año pasado. Fue diferente a este.
Que le está preguntando qué aspectos de lo que hemos visto hoy pues, se va a aplicar a lo que es el sistema de Stanton.
One thing, I'm not as familiar with the lore. I don't want to refer to Todd. He tells me.
Él no está muy familiar con el lore.
One thing that we didn't maybe touch on there is, although we focused a lot on like the dogfighting small stuff, we're hoping to use exact same tech scaled up to the size of planets or solar systems.
Crusader.
no, for the entire of Stanton.
Oh,
so
okay.
that you get like they call them planetary nebulas in real life, where you have like nebula of the scale of a solar system.
So texture.
Yeah. So that when you're
básicamente
shooting from planet to planet, Stanton to wherever, then you get parallax, you get movement. When you're
toda esa tecnología se va a poder aplicar también para desarrollar lo que es Corsair, pues que es de gas. Entonces va a ayudar para hacer este tipo de planetas o cuerpos planetarios.
Yeah, because a lot of other video games, you know you're heading towards a direction because there's a big mountain in the horizon, but because we're set in space.
It's signposting, exactly. That's how Todd described it. He wanted that kind of signposting equivalent in space. Yeah.
So this cloud tech will apply to Stanton, will help you kind of know, oh, I'm heading towards that big purpley thing over there, or that big orange thing over there, and they'll kind of ground you.
Yeah, and it might be subtle, it might be like a bit like Milky Way looks like to us here, where it's just like a thin veil, or it might be something really extreme.
Ok, pues básicamente desarrollando este tipo de tecnología en cuanto a nubosidades, pues también va a ayudar como a orientar a la gente, ¿no? En ciertos lugares, que vas a poder ver ciertos elementos y vas a saber más o menos dónde estás ubicado.
We're trying to create those tools that can help those guys as well, right? So it's the art and design teams that we're servicing with this kind of technology as well.
Do you ever just like this could use more particles?
Viendo la hora que es, me da la impresión de que hoy no
para el Escuadrón 42.
no tendremos 3.3.
As I'm thinking about it, are your positions sort of at odds sometimes? Like you just want to add particles and particles, and you're just like Mike, come on, cut me some slack here.
No, Ali always finds a way. Yeah.
In the synergy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Most of the questions that have been coming in the chat are unfortunately game design related. They want to know how particle fields can affect ships and
Pero que muchas preguntas que están haciendo ahí básicamente son de diseño del juego y hay cosas que obviamente no aplican pues, para que ellos respondan.
The capabilities of the tech are, whether Todd, how we decide to
Se están matando tiempo, sí.
Yeah, I mean, that's the velocity fields that the next guy showed. They said themselves, it's like a snapshot of wind. That could be the wind, depending on the game design. You can factor in just like turbulence on a planet. It could factor into IFCS.
So we actually have space storms.
Yeah, so you could funnel into like little tunnels, and they're very hard to navigate. Obviously, the lightning is a huge, obvious gameplay thing. Like getting hit by lightning, very dangerous. Flying rocks hitting you, pretty a lot of game design there.
We've also seen kind of the makeup of these clouds affecting, like we had in the presentation of this game, the HUD being affected, your ship by being near this kind of storm. Yeah. And I know from our side we've kind of thrown around the idea of like, because fuel is a lot of times about this gas scooping, whether you gain an advantage to your speed or whether it starts hindering your thrusters because it's not quite a good medium for you to be flying, and along with all that kind of bumping. So there's a lot of fun stuff.
Gotcha. I've got to do some pay the bills thing real quick. Stay here. We're gonna come back good. It's just we don't know when Chris walks out, so I have a couple legal obligations before we. CitizenCon this year, sponsored in our fiction by Drake Interplanetary, sponsored in reality by our good friends at Intel. You'll notice the stage with big Intel guns. Intel with their Optane technology and hard drives supplied a number of hard drives to give away to attendees throughout CitizenCon. We're actually giving away a whole bunch of them at the after party. Even when we're done here, we go out to the terrace. There's a whole after party where there'll be all kinds of stuff given away there, all supplied by Intel. And of course, they help make a lot of the hardware. We have so many machines here. We have a LAN party room. We didn't get to the LAN party room because in our efforts to catch up, we have an entire area down there with at least 20 to 30 computers all playing 3.3.
And an IT team, whose fingers are bleeding from building those machines as best we could. Hats off to them.
Yeah, and we couldn't have done it without the help of Intel, so thank you so much, guys. Again, Corsair, another sponsor of the event. Corsair providing coupons for all the attendees. That was in one of the bags there. Some percent off. You can pull that out. I can't remember the actual. Some percent off of gear. They got their special offer. It doesn't say how much. 15% off your next purchase from Corsair. So thank you so much. Sponsorships like this allow us to do events like this at the scale and scope that we aspire to, because just like Star Citizen is always a very ambitious project, always reaching for that next thing, so too do all our video content and our event content. and such like that. And one final thing, then we'll get back to questions. Again, this is I don't have to do this, but I want to do this. Another reason that we can do these things are because of the amazing help of our volunteer
Oh my goodness,
team.
they are amazing. I don't think I could have survived these last couple days without the help of these volunteers.
You know, for all of the vendors and the third-party vendors that we have to hire and partner with and stuff like that, there are still a huge amount of Star Citizen backers who volunteer their time, not just today, but yesterday, the day before, and in the weeks before, helping us organize logistics and set things up. So I just want to read a couple names here. These are Star Citizens who helped make CitizenCon everything it is today, in no particular order. Journeyman, Scrapped, Stat, Batgirl, Notable Joe, Fire, Pyrophoric, Lucky Devil, Harbinger 808, Will Sperling, Haggleblast, Joran. Oh my gosh, do that one.
Negustor de Peste.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna try. Ikazi, Dejarinator, Balarin, Chemocat, Monkman 2006, Ganny, Clifford, aka Miku, Wildcat 90, Cloudscape, Will Stark, Grimlock 9219, Stethlick. I just got to 2 minutes. I gotta hurry. Alastrum, Kita, BWC, the real Vertigo. Okay, that's not 2 minutes. I need more time.
Doc Teabag.
Doc Teabag. Doc Teabag. Seriously.
Greyheart.
I'm done with Doc Teabagger.
We got Nefaris, we got Alo Tunas, we got Archie Falcon, Waxman Meyer, the Anchor 654, Cash,
están haciendo tiempo, ¿no?
64-bit Citizen, Innatity, Holy Vision, Navi Wings, Keith M, Kasi Jege, Shad Oaken, Crew Dudanet, LT Dan Official, and No Account. I've met many of you these past few days, and thank you, seriously. I know it's been some weird combination of boot camp and summer camp and like an awful temp job. So thank you for your dedication, and thank you to everyone out there while we're giving thanks. Seriously, thank you.
All right, back to you guys. Back to Ali and Mike. What do we got? What else we got? We're told that they're doing some last-minute preparations, setting up for the Road to Citizen. So we got to fill. What else are you guys going? What's next? You guys go back to Manchester, and are you just done? Do you get to take the rest of the year off, or?
Oh yeah, it's a holiday now. We're done. No, the work continues. It's gonna be a busy couple of months. There's a lot that's come out, obviously, with 3.3 and that Lawville. There's a lot that came in with that, a lot that needs polishing, and a lot we want to expand on. Now we understand what it takes to make a city. We need to refine our tools so that we can do it more quickly next time with less pain. So there's a lot in that, yeah.
The work with the gas clouds continues as well, as you said at the end. Like, we're not done with that at all. We've got to a point, but there's loads more to be done, and we're going to keep on improving it, aren't we?
In 3.3, we are adding our very first plant. We've had a couple. We're adding 4 more moves, but the big ticket item, the e-ticket attraction, if we were talking about, is Hurston. Now, planets with atmospheres always beg the question about atmospheric effects, storms and rain and weather stuff. I can see the look. I saw the goal, Ali. I saw the goal. I was like, oh my gosh, where is he going to do this? Now, we got the public roadmap, so I'm not going to ask you when. People can find out when and stuff. But what do you think of the task at hand? Are you prepared for it? Are you up for it? Do we have the team in place we need? What's going on?
Yes, I mean, steps have already started happening.
3.3, señores.
A lot of work's being done.
Excelente.
So that you get that in a storm. All the contrails and all the other things that Mike talked about, they'll all have in place now and have the foundations.
Oh, we're getting applause.
That was the IT guy.
Oh, okay.
Lanzaron la 3.3 y ahí sale Chris Robert. Todo el hype.
This will be the last you'll see of us. We're sending you to Chris Roberts in the road release.
Sí, ya va a salir ya.
For Ali, for Mike, for Tyler, for everybody who has joined us here, for all of these volunteers, for everybody that makes Star Citizen a reality. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of CitizenCon 2948, and I'll see you when we see you.
Bueno, a ver, por fin. A ver qué pasa aquí. Voy a subirle más el volumen a esto, tío.
Vayamos a ver.
Sí, ya. horas 6 minutos en directo, sin parar.
Bueno, lo que llevamos en directo, lo que llevamos aquí es incontable.
Lo que llevamos aquí son...
Desde la... Bueno, despierto, no sé.
Pero yo me desperté a las 3:50 de la mañana. Agarré el avión de Madrid a Barcelona. Me encontré con este. Y trajimos todos los aparatos. Después estuvimos conectando cosas por horas. Horas.
¿Otro vestido?
Se ha cambiado la
hemos pagado nosotros.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to see everybody back in here.
Hello,
Did everybody
Sandy.
have a good time today? And I'm happy to say that that short delay was not because of the game, it was because we couldn't upload your photos quick enough. So where are those photos?
Escucha alto.
Oh, yes. So these are photos from today of you guys getting on the Drake Interplanetary, all the cosplay that I hope you guys enjoyed in the competition that went on with the cosplay. Trying out the new flight model. Who tried that out? Nobody? Some people, yep.
Mostrando fotos hoy del evento.
Benny's truck, the noodles.
El camión de Benny's, mírenlo.
It was sold out, yes. And swag, everybody picked up their swag from the booths. The noodles. Hold on, where are we? El camión de Benny's, mírenlo. It was sold out. Yes, next. Swag, everybody. I have technical difficulties, people. Next.
No pueden pasar de imagen,
No
se quedaron.
pueden cambiar.
Crashearon ahí con las imágenes.
Un buen final con un buen crasheo, sí señor. Se ríe. Bueno, al menos con humor, ¿no? Ya es lo que nos queda.
Creo que Chris Roberts no saldrá al escenario, ¿sí?
Yay!
Ahí, listo.
Thank you. More pictures of the Drake Interplanetary and the queue of people. We had a lot of people here today. All right, this is... Someone's trolling me.
A ver,
Oh, yes.
póngala.
In-game goodies.
El traje,
Excellent.
mira.
So everybody who's here
Ahí está el trofeo,
receives these
está el
three
arma.
items. The CitizenCon
El
2948
gabardina.
Wow,
trophy.
esa está muy buena.
Ese es para lucirlo andando
The
despacito,
2948 weapon and the wearable duster jacket that I believe nobody has seen until tonight.
El cuchillo es como
El cuchillo está muy bonito.
muy bueno, ¿eh?
Quiero 20 de esos.
And that is also for everybody who got the in-game digital goodie bag packet. That was done by our character team too, so props to the character team who did a panel today. So we hope you enjoyed all the panels. Big cheer for all of the devs who did the panels today. And we also want to thank all of our volunteers as well. And all of the staff and support that we've had here at the Long Center. They apparently said that we were the nicest and sweetest and most passionate crowd that they've had here. So.
Sorpréndeme, Sandy.
Yes. This black ominous screen would mean that I am going to introduce my better half. Because release the Kraken, exactly.
Release the Kraken.
Oh, look, here we go. Come on, come out you come, Chris.
Okay, I think the click is actually broken. Hey everyone, so I hope you've had a great day and sat and saw a bunch of the panels. There's some very, very cool stuff that various developers were showing. So hopefully the panels you didn't get to see, they'll all be on YouTube, so check them out afterwards.
Si hay paneles que no vieron o que no aparecieron, pues van a estar en el YouTube. Yo me imagino que cuando desarrollaron lo del cuchillo,
it's not working.
Pues no lo
transmitieron. Come back.
O no lo hemos perdido.
Okay.
Sí, la verdad.
Yeah, it's broken. Yeah, what is life? I don't know. What is released?
Está un poco retrasado el envío de claves para el PTU, así que tengan paciencia.
So we were actually debating about the rotor release, discussing that for Star Citizen, and we were talking about whether we were going to go up with 100 bullet points and talk about all these features. And myself and Aaron and Todd Pappy and Tony were all having a sort of discussion about what the core meaning, the core elements, and the core technology that we felt would create an experience.
Bienvenido al canal. Siempre es bueno sumar gente nueva.
Bueno, él se está preguntando básicamente que qué es lo principal, lo esencial del juego que debe ser desarrollado para su publicación, pues, lo esencial del juego.
Esencial es que me llegue la clave del PTU.
Hablando que pues, hay elementos que hay que ir mejorando, que hay que ir desarrollando, cuáles de estas cosas son.
And that is a priority for us. But for us, we were looking, okay, what was going to define the experience? That's the big vision of Star Citizen. And really for us, when we hit these
un matecito para calmar las ansias de PTU.
Experience and tech that will deliver the vision of Star Citizen. So we go. Oh, look at that. Does it go back? Oh, it's working now. So here you go.
Pues, ¿qué es lo esencial del juego, no? ¿Qué es lo esencial que ellos quieren desarrollar? No simplemente quieren crear una cabina, quieren hacer una experiencia táctil, ¿no?
La vieja, el Lancer Max, el azul.
We did that. That was the very beginning thing that we did, the hangar module, which we did back in 13. The next was space combat, which was about, okay, I'm going to get in my ship, I'm going to fly around, I'm going to dogfight.
Lo siguiente era crear combate espacial. Después hacer Floe Precision Physics. Lo menos que implementar tecnología de 64 bits.
And going all the way to billions of kilometers, which is what we need for Star Citizen, because we model entire
eran tecnologías que son necesarias pues, para el juego.
Billions of kilometers across, but we need millimeter visual precision because you're right up there looking at your cockpit in first person. It's only a foot or two away, and 32-bit precision just doesn't cut it, and that's why most games, FPS games, most engines now are on 32-bit, and if you see them, they find it very hard to have play areas bigger than 16 kilometers.
Okay, simplemente está hablando de la importancia de lo que era implementar 64 bits y la precisión que esto brinda para el juego.
Play area and it's a couple of kilometers across. So that and the physics grids, which allow us to simulate separate physical worlds. When you're flying around a ship, walking around while you're flying in space, or if you're on a planet and it's rotating around a star or spinning on its axis for night and day. So that was a very critical piece of tech. And of course that was, what's wrong with this thing? Okay, that was SC Alpha 2.0.
Okay, lo siguiente era obviamente pues, sacar lo que era la 2.0.
The gameplay we wanted was having the ability to earn money and have a level of persistence, which was I can go out and I can earn some money, I can buy some things.
Lo siguiente era que tuviésemos la capacidad pues, de ganar algún dinero y que hubiese cierta persistencia, al menos en el inventario. Pues. En la 2.4, pues agregar lo que era el combate en primera persona y en tercera persona.
La tecnología procedural de los planetas. Le sacaron la imagen.
Was first and third unification of the character, and we've talked about it a lot, but
sí, unificar las vistas en primera y tercera persona en el mismo personaje.
Very different animations and models for first person to third person, and then when they have their multiplayer, say battle mode, they have limited amount of actions that you can see on a third-person player character that's doing, because it's very difficult to sync up the actions. But for us, since it's going to be an MMO with thousands of people, you can be sitting right next to your friend, and he's interacting with the dashboard just like you are, so you're seeing him do the same thing in third person that you're doing in first person. Also, where our guns actually aim is where the gun is really aiming. It's not sort of cheating at where the mouse cursor is. So we needed to
De esta manera, pues obviamente todas las acciones que se hacían en primera persona también se podían ver en tercera persona, como ver el moviglass o apuntar el arma y ese tipo de cosas.
Star Marine was. We had early parts of it before that. The next big thing was the planet tech. So you can see the planet.
Pues la tecnología planetaria era lo siguiente.
And you can walk around it.
Primero que esto fue la 3.0.
So there's no fake loading screens, there's no transition down
para evitar también
there's no go down, you can
pues nada de pantallas de carga ni nada por el estilo.
Tech, which we debuted. Go forward with 3.0.
Después persistencia en los lugares.
The other big thing was location persistence, which is the ability that you go to a location, you log out, you come back, you're at that location. You're not.
Sí, que te ofrecía la habilidad pues de loguearte o de salirte y permanecer en un mismo lugar cuando vuelves a entrar.
And the next big thing, which is where we're at right now,
y obviamente el
is object container streaming and bank calling. And this is actually a massive thing. I think we've talked about it. We thought originally when we scheduled it out, it was going to take about 6 months. It's been about 18 months of solid development on it. And as you all know, bank calling has been something that we've had on our roadmap, and it's been pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. And that wasn't necessarily because we wanted to push it back. It was mostly because it turned out both the object container streaming and the bank calling needs object container streaming to really make sense. And object container streaming was incredibly complicated because we had to re-engineer most
Habla de las complicaciones que han tenido, la necesidad de posponerlo durante todo este tiempo, etcétera, etcétera.
Be able to stream in the objects and textures and models and all the data and initialize them all completely asynchronously. So the game's running here, meanwhile it's loading up the stuff that will be over here or over here or over here, and we don't know where the player's going to go, and it's complicated because it's multiplayer. So in multiplayer, we have all these different players that have been going in different directions, so we need to be able to have object container streaming that works both on the clients and on the servers, and bank calling that's going to work on the clients and ultimately on the servers. So with 3.3, this is the first use of the object container streaming and the bank calling tech. It makes a massive difference in terms of performance because you're only worrying about having the part of the world that's relevant to your character streamed in, which means you don't have to simulate all the objects in the entire solar system. You don't have to worry about them. They don't take up memory. So it's better for memory, it's better for performance.
Okay, está explicando ya lo que todos sabemos sobre el object container streaming.
Las mejoras, la performance con el tema de la memoria y el hardware del equipo.
Again, when something's multi-threaded and asynchronous, there's a lot of unpredictability because when two different threads are stepping on each other, it can have unpredictable results.
Mientras estoy revisando si me llegó ya la clave para el PTU. Ya la solicité, pero todavía no tenemos suerte.
Bueno, el OCS, pues obviamente como todos sabemos, es algo completamente esencial y es lo único que va a permitir el desarrollo y el incremento del tamaño del juego en todo aspecto. Ya que el juego pues había alcanzado una especie de límite en cuanto a avance y sin el OCS pues no se iba a poder avanzar. Lo siguiente es poder el alquilar y comprar naves dentro del juego. Me parece que es esencial, ¿no? También a modo personal, ¿no? Para el sistema económico del juego, también para ofrecerle la oportunidad a la gente que no...
Y sobre todo motivarlos a conseguir dinero.
Motivarlos a conseguir dinero, exactamente, sí.
Ahora la motivación para conseguir dinero estaba apenas nula, porque
sí, no había necesidad.
No había. Comprarte armas para luego perderlas.
Es que no tenía sentido, como dicen los chicos, tener demasiado dinero porque más que armas y armaduras, mucho más no se podía hacer.
And so that was very important for us to get in. It's going to be in 3.3, both the purchasing and renting. Obviously, there's going to be some time where we adjust to try to get the economy to work properly, because we do have a problem that you can buy the equivalent of a Cessna or a nuclear carrier. And there's only like one nation on Earth, the one we're in right now, that can afford to spend $10 billion on a nuclear carrier. But we in our game sort of allow the player to have that huge range. So we've got to figure out how we make that work on an economic basis on the low end and progressing to the high end. So I'm sure it'll take a bit of time to dial it in. But it's a major point for us. So let's move forward. And that shall be in 3.3. So then the next big pillar, and there's 12 pillars that Aaron, Tony, Todd.
Chicos, a ver si conocen esa foto que acaban de publicar ahí.
Esa foto somos nosotros,
Esa foto es de los 50 de Roberts. Me las puedo cortar, ¿qué es?
Hola. 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 Sí, es nuestra.
Esa foto la conozco.
Es el último evento.
¿Pero qué está diciendo de eso?
For communication reasons, and we want to move that in, so build it further out on the website.
¿Qué está diciendo?
Bueno, de que está hablando que el próximo paso necesario es el sistema de organizaciones, que las organizaciones se puedan juntar. Esto incluye el sistema de party. Qué mejor imagen que esa, ¿no?
Es que esa es de la tuya.
Esa creo que yo la tomé, de hecho.
Esta es de la tuya. En tu streaming sale esta captura.
Gracias, Chris Roberts. Yo sé que me pagaste por esto.
Atentos a la conexión. Voy a ver el Discord.
¿Cómo nos emociona una fotico, no?
Sí, aunque poco nos conformamos.
And then it's going to remember that I dropped it. It's going to stream it back in, even if it was on the surface of the planet. And it'll be there. Pick it up in first person. And that's a big step for us to be able to do that. And we'll so the full persistence combined with the object container stream and binding culling are, I think, things that will make the world alive, because it's not just me dropping a remote. It's leaving a ship somewhere, or you got damaged in space with your ship, and someone rescued you. You went away, and you came back to get your ship and repair it, and then take it home. And we're gonna, persistence in your.
Eso se merece un post en Twitter también, ¿no?
See that you can move and interact with the objects. You can, find things on travels in space, take them home, bring them, leave them at your hab, or leave them in your ship. So, the physical inventories are going to be very important in the game going forward in terms of. Being able to store and manage stuff. So
que haya persistencia completa, ¿no? En el juego. Ya.
If you're a hoarder, then you'll probably want to get a bigger,
es lo esencial, ¿no?
Bigger room and space. And the other aspect of full persistence is
si reinicias estas tan bien como antes, no tiene sentido.
Que dejen de resetear.
Talked about death of a spaceman. That's very much on our roadmap and plan. And it's the ability for items as they get used to get wear. Things age, you as a character will age. And again, that's what full persistence is about. It's getting to this point that as you play the game, players in the game do things and it persists. So this universe is not a theme park that gets reset every day that you come back and visit. This universe is a living, breathing universe that changes as players live in it and interact with it. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things, that's why we call it the persistent universe, is that it has a life and a persistence.
Sí, es básicamente lo esencial, lo más esencial de este juego, yo creo que la persistencia, ¿no? Que es lo que va a hacer que esto en verdad sea un universo persistente, pues, básicamente.
Server meshing. So when we get server meshing, that is, we think, the last piece of the puzzle to have the full game experience, and this is our ability to go. Right now we have about 50 players. El día que
implementen el server meshing y podamos tener, no sé, 1000 personas en un server.
But it's still going to cap out at a certain level. With server meshing, we'll be able to get to thousands of players playing concurrently in the same locations, star systems. We're not all going to be able to have 1,000 people dogpiling together. They won't be able to render it all at the same time. We'll be able to have
es el espíritu,
people on the planet of Hurston, for instance.
Yo creo que el año que viene, antes de junio, tendremos el server meshing, pero a medio pulir, pero lo vamos a tener.
processing needs of that. And so from our standpoint, in terms of what we would think is the experience when you guys can sit in and play the game day after day and not worry about it getting wiped, not worrying about, oh, I'm going to do something.
Estamos mencionando que puedes llegar y no tener que preocuparte que te han borrado todo.
That's our marker. And sure, after that, we've got planets to do and star systems, and we're going to have continual feature.
Bueno, es importante que le haya mencionado todos estos aspectos porque aunque quizás no lo vemos, ¿no? Porque es un proceso extremadamente lento, pues esos objetivos se han ido cumpliendo poco a poco, pues, y se ha ido avanzando. Ya tenemos más de la mitad de las cosas que en verdad él ha estado mencionando hoy.
El que está en el proyecto desde hace tiempo sabe perfectamente que esto es paciencia.
Mucha paciencia.
Y saber que lo que te van a meter, que te dicen que te van a meter la mitad.
Exactamente.
Como en este parche nos ha pasado.
Sí. Que el desespero tampoco llega a nada aquí, ¿no?
But you can watch on our roadmap as we develop it. And just watch for that, because us internally, those are what we view as our sort of cornerstones that we need to get to. And yes, there's a lot of other things that we've talked about that we're also working on, but when we get that, we feel like it will be a game like no other. So that is kind of what we, in terms of road to release. But speaking of near-term release, 3.3, I think we're going to go wide to
bueno, ese es el anuncio oficial de 3.3.
Ahí lo tenemos. De hecho, tenemos gente en el chat que dice que ya lo están instalando incluso.
So when you guys get home, everyone here,
ya me quiero llevar la clave de hoy.
4:30, chicos.
First, and then as long as things don't blow up too badly, then we're going to go full wide, and then we're going to keep hammering on it because we want to get 3.3 in everyone's hands as soon as possible, because object constrained streaming and bang culling makes a massive difference to the experience and performance. And once we get that stable, and we need a lot of people playing and testing it because that helps us with chasing down all these sort of edge cases that are very hard to replicate, then we're going to roll in the Hurston and Lorville aspect.
Yo creo que muchos no van a estar durmiendo nada hoy, la verdad. Hoy amanecemos jugando, haciendo algo.
I think it should be a pretty great patch when all that's said and done. And there's a lot of stuff in 3.3. I think we've talked about it, but there's quite a lot of new ships. I mean, I think it's probably one of our, and it's kind of fun. It's the first one we have a straight-to-flyable ship in the Valkyrie, which is cool. I think the Hammerhead's probably the biggest ship that we've got in the game at the moment. And it certainly has probably got the most firepower of a ship in the game. And you got, the Phoenix, which is great to fly around with luxury, and then the cool new Mustangs and
Está hablando de todas las naves nuevas que hemos probado, la nueva Mustang, la Hammerhead, que es la más grande que hay en el juego ahorita, creo que sí. La Phoenix, la Valkyria.
And I don't think any other company that operates an online game does this.
¿Lo conoces?
Adelante, sí, claro, de mi
But we collect telemetry on, obviously, all the servers and all the clients that are connected to us. And so we get a good idea of what the frame rates are, what the machine specs are, what the latency is, what the load times are.
Ahí nos está demostrando toda la telemetría que ellos reciben de toda la gente que está jugando, con todos los aspectos, los crashes. O sea, sí reciben todo.
Frame rate sucks, and everybody's frame rate sucks, and we're like, we're watching the data, and that's not exactly what our data says. So we decided that we wanted to give all you guys the ability to track the telemetry yourselves. So what we have is you can go into the website, this will release for 3.3, and we will have live telemetry on 3.3.
Pues ahora, chicos, esto es muy importante. Ahora vamos a tener todos nosotros acceso individual a nuestra propia telemetría de cómo nos está corriendo el juego. Vamos a poder ver absolutamente todo, cómo corre,
excelente,
o mal. Pareciera que por... vas a poder traquear todos tus crashes, todos los datos de tu PC.
Y esto a través de un programa,
a través de la página, creo, de RCI.
Excelente.
So that's in the spirit of open development, you guys are going to be seeing what we see in our control dashboards. And you can also sort of see,
esto es básicamente la herramienta que ellos usan para ver de manera global lo que nos pasa a nosotros, y ahora nosotros mismos podemos tener acceso a esto. Me parece genial.
We've had a few outliers on this where some people have had like Threadrippers that are just crushing it on 3.3. So it'd be pretty interesting, and the new Intel multi-core ones are doing pretty awesome too. So you guys will be able to track yourself against everyone else, and then longer term, not right away, but I think the next stage is we'll open this up so you can sort of see our server performance too. So you'll be able to track how the servers are doing, what the stability is.
Próximamente también vamos a poder ver el estado de los servidores también, para ver cómo están corriendo. No ahorita, pero vamos a tener acceso a eso. Me parece genial, la verdad. Pues eso también va a ayudar a clarificar muchas dudas y muchas especulaciones que la gente también tiene en las redes. La gente siempre habla muchas cosas sin saber, ¿no?
Igual yo creo que el tema ese de los servidores que serie es relativo, ¿no? Al ser instancias que se crean y si no se usan, se cierran o se apagan.
¿Está hablando algo de Escuadrón 42?
You've seen some of the tech we've been working on, like if you went into the character panels, you went to the spacescaping one, even the cloth stuff that was happening.
Está muy contento con el desarrollo que lleva Escuadrón 42.
Specifically that goes into Squadron and then goes across into the PU. We're closing it down. All the remaining features were in content. And the last major technical hurdle that we were worried about on Squadron was object container streaming, which, as you know, we're almost ready to close out here on 3.3. So we don't have any major technical hurdles left on Squadron. So for us, it's a bit easier to get Squadron closed out than obviously Star Citizen that needs the server meshing and all the rest of stuff. So that's going. We're going to publish the public roadmap for you guys in December, all the way to completion of the project. And I'm just going to leave you with something right now.
Ok, vamos a ver algo de Escuadrón 42.
Sí, eso mismo.
Y que van a publicar el roadmap de Escuadrón 42 también. Pero no ahorita. Creo que a partir de diciembre.
Bueno, venga.
I saw you apply to the Flight Academy again.
I'm your new wingman, sir.
The coil. Local scum use it for cover to launch attacks. This is their turf, so move when I'm moving. Keep your eyes open.
No southern moves.
Who the hell are you?
We're OMC. And OMC belongs to CITIZENCON. Is that your boss? Are we supposed to be scared of him or something? Yeah.
The OMC aren't the only ones listening into comms.
All ships, we're under attack by Vandal forces. Repeat, we are under attack.
There have been battles. There have been losses. Each and every one of you has proven yourself time and again. We will not lose the system. We will not fall back.
Form up, Cal. You got point. Copy that. Tally's on me. Let's say hi.
We will win. Because we have to.
Sí, señor, ¿no?
Se vio bueno, ¿eh?
¡Oh! ¡Qué trailerazo, chicos!
Sí. Han salido la nueva nave esa que solo está para... ¿Qué puede ser o algo así?
That's the end of our show.
Los Bandung, la cara de
you
los
like
Bandung, increíble.
a little sneak of Squadron 42.
Tienen las F8.
Play it again.
Ah, las F8.
Sí, las F8.
And then I'll call you out.
¿Qué ha pasado?
Se cortó.
Está offline, supuestamente.
¿Se ha quedado offline?
Sí, yo creo que ya terminaron.
Sí. ¿Quieres que le dé aquí? A ver.
Sí, yo creo que ya terminaron. Ya, a ver. Sí, dice offline. Bueno, nada. Creo que eso fue.
¿Terminó?
Sí, de hecho está ahí. OKXD.
Ahí volvió.
Ya hemos terminado. Vamos despidiendo, ¿no?
That's the end of our show.
Qué pena. Por poco, por 20 minutos no llegamos a las 10 horas. Sí, la gente parece que se está despidiendo, ¿no?
Hey, one more time. And then I'll call you out.
Sí, ya, creo que ahí acabó. Sí, ya, ahí acabó.
Sí, ¿está diciendo que sí?
Sí, querían reproducirlo de nuevo. Creo que lo van a reproducir, pero ya terminaron de transmitir ellos. Bueno, chicos. A ver, vamos a pasar a la pantalla completa.
Vamos
a la pantalla completa, que nos veamos todos aquí, a ver.
Bueno, chicos.
A ver, música.
Bueno, la verdad.
Bueno. ¿Qué tal eso?
¿Cómo fue? Oye,
bueno.
Bueno, acá con lo que fue hoy la CITIZENCON. Vamos a bueno, yo creo que deja un sabor agridulce. No sé, como dije a los compañeros de Skynet, era un poquito más del universo. El año pasado nos habían mostrado Houston, Aurora, no teníamos. Y hoy nos mostraron algo que vamos a tener dentro de muy poco, entonces es como que no queda tan arriba el hype. Bien es cierto que la Kraken sí cumple las expectativas, quizás no todas, o al menos no todas mías. No así la Valkyria, que se vio hermosa, la verdad, divina. Y bueno, un poco de hype por el Escuadrón 42 con el trailer final, pero un poco de sabor agridulce, siempre comparándolo con las CITIZENCON, al menos las que del 2016-2017, que nos dejaban así muy allá arriba. Y bueno, nada, felicitar a la gente Bar Citizen Barcelona, los de Skynet, todos los que participaron, todos los que pasaron por acá, aunque sea un minuto y compartieron un rato. Nada, agradecerles, desearles buena vida y nada, nos vemos en la próxima. Seguramente va a ser ya con la 3.3, que ahora ni bien cierro, voy a estar dándole F5 esperando que me llegue la clave para poder descargar el PLU. Bueno gente, nada, gracias che por pasar, gracias en buena vida para todos, nos vemos.
Life in the city comes at you at 1,000 meters a second. According to a recent study, the average city dweller is subjected to over 60,000 forms of stimuli on any given day. With that much information beamed into your brain, it's not surprising that some people can react a little differently. Desmond Floe, known as Des to his friends and family, was by all accounts a quiet and respectful young man, which made his actions on March 8, 2938 even more surprising. It was described as a joyride like no other. A high-speed chase in the skies that covered several hundred miles of dense urban airspace. Within an hour, he had thousands of adoring fans who watched the authorities scramble to catch him. But Dez saved his best surprise for last. When captured, local police asked why he did it. Dez reportedly took a look around, smiled, and said, "I just wanted some peace and quiet."
Bienvenido al canal. Siempre es bueno sumar gente nueva.
Meet Gunner's mate, Alfonso Lang. A master craftsman in his own right, Starman Lang is in charge of lovingly caring for the deadly armament aboard the UEES Thresher. Every day, well, every day they're not getting shot at, Alfonso EVAs across the entirety of this 100-meter-long Aegis Hammerhead to visually inspect the dozens of guns and missile launchers that make this patrol ship such a formidable foe. Optics, targeting systems, mount connections, head threading, even lubrication levels all must be checked, rechecked, and meticulously maintained. Basically, all the worst parts of operating really big and powerful guns. It's like if you wanted an elephant for a pet, Alfonso would be the guy go, "Yeah, that's great, but what the hell are you going to feed it?" With the aid of advanced diagnostic tools, each of the turrets must be correctly calibrated, so that when the gunners fire at a swift-moving target, say a squad of fighters or an incoming torpedo, they actually shoot it down, instead of the gun jamming and blowing up in their face. If the Aegis Hammerhead is a sleek shark patrolling the dangerous waters, then Alfonso is the remora, stuck to its armoured belly, making sure this dangerous predator stays that way. And I, for one, am damn glad to know he's there. Starman Lang, we here at Galactic Tour salute you.